Hey, Frank. Hey, how are you? Hey, John. Hey, Colin. I don't know which one. Yeah, please come up. We have lots of space, lots of seats here. If you can come over and sit over there, that would be great. Hey, Joe. What's that?
Did you put something together?
Yeah, just for the EMC.
Is it coming to do it or?
Yeah. All right, there. Are we good? Already, we're gonna start. Please, if you can close the door. If we can ask our colleagues to come inside, if anyone is still outside and having sandwiches. We're gonna about to start. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to 2024 first quarterly meeting hosted by ITS Traffic Division. Before we get into the PowerPoint and presentation, just a couple of housekeeping notes. We have two emergency rooms, one over there, and washrooms, both ends. One muster point here in emergency cases, and one muster point in front in the main entrance outside. I just want to ask everyone to switch off your phone or put it on silent mode, just respect our time, and we want to be focused on the presentation. It's a very valuable time that we get together and just pay attention to our agenda here. A little bit busy agenda as usual, like Q1 usually is a little bit busy. We're going to look into annual compliance for the field staff. So I would like to ask the field staff to stay behind when we're done with the quarterly meeting. Wes is going to do the annual compliance. And for the office, we have a deadline to finish the annual compliance by January 31st. So please pay attention to make sure we're not going to have anyone beyond January 31st. And cameraman, we're good? Awesome. Our meeting agenda, safety moment and health and safety update by my good friend Wes. Then we're going to look into the hydrovac. As you know, is a new division in Southern Ontario Utilities Region. So my good friend Mark is going to do the quick updates, not more than 5 minutes. I hope so, yeah. 5 minutes for the hydrovac. just doing some instruction how we're going to book it and the whole procedure about the hydrovac. Then Jonathan and myself, we're going to do the project highlight for the EMC, City of Toronto EMC maintenance contract. And we're going to have some live data. It's quite interesting. And hand it over to Huma from HR team to do the HR updates and service award, and at the end of the day, closing remarks and the draw. We're going to follow this agenda, and if you have any comments, please let us know at the end of the presentation. So, my friend Wes, please come over here. Just have a safety moment. It's a little bit slippery here. Just be careful.
I'm not sure if those applause were for me or for Afra, so if they're... Wow, that's embarrassing. Now I feel kind of high maintenance. Thank you. Anyway, okay, well, good afternoon. Got some stuff to go through, some good stuff. Going to start off with a safety moment. It's a theme we've been talking about for quite some time. It's on all our supervisor calls. There's posters have been sent out. Excuse me, but I think it's time to revisit this. So there it is. If you see something, say something. Certainly not my original idea. I mean, you might have heard this. It came from the States. Homeland Security kind of started this a number of years ago, getting people to recognize stuff around their surroundings and look for issues. And again, see something, say something. I've got this nice video here, and I'm not sure how I can play this from the mic. I don't think I can. Just hit that red button.
Zach, come on, hurry up. We got to get this fixed. We got a lot of material to get out of here today.
So don't we need to be locked out and tagged out on this?
Don't worry about that. It'll take longer to lock and tag this out than it will to pop that up and in. Let's just hurry and get it done. Come on.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon and Zach, we need to lock and tag out every time. There's a safer way to do this. We all want to go home safe tonight, so let's go lock it out.
So that video is obviously not about lockout, tagout. It's about seeing a hazard, seeing an issue, and not just walking by, stepping up and get them to change what they're doing, right? And that's what we're looking for when we say, if you see something, say something, right? Even if you're not sure or wrong, doesn't matter. At least have the conversation, right? Get it established. So, and in that theme, we've got some new hard hat stickers that we're going to be distributing at the end. That we want you to put on. As you see, that's where I'd like to see it placed on the back of your hard hats. So then that reminds everybody around you. Again, that same theme. If you see something, say something. You see a hazard, see a condition that needs help, then speak up and let's make the change. Okay? Pretty good. That'll always help us get improved. Okay, it wouldn't be a meeting without a safety manager referring to statistics. It's something that I have to report on to the corporate, have to report on to our senior management team and all of you, and I have to report on it to customers. They're always interested and how we're doing, and that's how we get compared to others in industry when we do bids. Every single tender document I fill out, we have to supply statistics, and that's what other companies are looking at. So, but when we look at these statistics and we're looking at numbers, you know, they are numbers. You see 7 recordable incidents and 14 first aids. Every one of those numbers has a person attached to it, right? You know, we got to remember that these are our colleagues that are getting injured on the job, and everything we do, the efforts that we do, our planning, our safety meetings, our inspections, seeing something, saying something, that's all in an effort to reduce the chance of our workers getting injured. So last year, in the calendar year, we hit almost 900,000 man-hours, a lot of activity for this region. But our total recordable incident rate is at 1.59. Our target is 1, so we're above that. And the total incident rate, which includes all injuries, first aids, and recordable incidents, we're at 4.78, which again is above the target that is set by corporate and what we're trying to achieve. This year, our fiscal year, we started off strong in the fact with a lot of hours. 214,000 man-hours is definitely a robust start, but we've already injured 5 workers in that short period of time. So that's the stuff I want you to take away from this meeting. That's what I want you to remember about the numbers, is who's associated with those numbers. So Northeast U.S., based out of Syracuse, they report up through our region, and like to include their stats so you can see where they are. They had 117,000 man-hours last year with 1 recordable incident and 1 first aid, which, because of the multiplier, drives their incidents their figures rather high. This year, unfortunately, it was just happened actually last week. We had a lost time incident in Syracuse. I have a couple of slides that I'm going to go through and show you what happened with this incident, because it's definitely one that could have happened to any one of us, and certainly a learning that we can take because of where we work. So, anyway, but as far as hours go, they're still off to a good start with as far as working. You know, they got almost 30,000 man-hours in a couple of months, so keep trugging forward. Here's the one that's impressing me the most, is Zenterra. From January to December last year, just under 800,000 man-hours, 3 recordable incidents, 3 first aids. You know, they do similar work to us. Absolutely, they have lines, they have electrical, they have the civil department, lots of activity, similar heads working in Toronto, but they've really stepped up and they've improved their safety quite a bit to what we've reported on years past. So, you know, let's show them where, what would you say, the mothership, something along those lines, right? Let's show them that we can be better than them and make sure that the numbers that I report in the future, we're at least as good or getting better. And this fiscal year, they're off to a great start. Haven't had any injury incidents reported, so good for them. So the total activity, when you combine everything that reports up through the Southern Ontario Utility Region, last year, shitload of work, man, 1.8 million man-hours. If you do a multiplier with for employees, you know, an easy figure is divided by around 2,000. You know, we're well over 800 employees, right? 900 employees in the region, so, which is great. That's why we're here to work. Lots of activity, lots of hours, but, you know, again, we're having too many incidents. So, you know, those leading crews in the room, this is the stuff we want to think about. Managers, when you're out there doing your inspections, you know, you really got to focus on what is happening on the sites. Be vigilant, be observant, and let's make sure that we get our safety record improved for this year. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. So this is the incident review. Like I say, it just happened there last week. So the worker was climbing up the stairs to access the transformer. His boot got caught under the stairs, and when he tried to free it, he lost his balance and then he fell. And you see, pretty simple set of stairs. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 treads? You know, a rise and run. The rise is what, an average rise is around 7.5 inches, something along those lines. The treads are what, 8, 9 inches? I think it's 9 inches. There's the kind of boots he was wearing. I'm sure there's quite a few of you guys in this room that wear these boots on the colder days. You can see the size of them. The measurement to the top of that boot's almost 5 inches, and the length of the boot's 14 inches. There's nothing behind those stairs to stop your foot from going through. The picture with the measuring tape showing how high the boot top is to the instep, I noticed there was a cut on that, so seemingly that's where he got his foot caught. So he fell back, and again, easily, or maybe not easily preventable, but he certainly could have broke his fall if there was a railing there for him to grab onto, right? Unfortunately, when he fell back, his foot jammed in there. He couldn't get it out. He's got nothing to break his fall. And unfortunately, he broke his ankle and, what is it, the tibia, the smaller bone on the bottom of the leg, right? Like, son of a gun, that's got to hurt, right? You know what I mean? And it's a real shame, but, you know, an innocent setup, a set of stairs that have probably been used 100,000 times. It's an old installation. It's a client site. It's not a construction project. And, you know, again, you lose your balance, you get your foot stuck, you try and jank it, and then all of a sudden you're going down, right? So, fortunately, he's doing well. He's recovered. He had to have surgery, but he is at home. He was discharged from the hospital, I think it was 2 days after the event. So, and he's doing quite well. Good guy. He's a big man. He's not a small, skinny guy like myself. He's a bit bigger than me, but, you know, again, that's those boots, right? They're big boots. And it's something you got to think about when you're accessing stairs. Very innocent activity that you do every day, right? Going up and down a pair of stairs, or a set of stairs. So the immediate corrective actions was to review the access and egress, to work on that containment pit and ensure the stairs in place are safe for continued use. So that's something, you know, to share with everybody. It's just being mindful of that type of stair that you might have to use. And then as far as long-term corrective actions, you know, it's still under investigation. They're still working on it down in the U.S., but certainly when we get anything further, I'll be sharing that on our supervisor call. So I'm certainly glad that he's recovering. It certainly sounds like he's going to make a full recovery, which is great. But, you know, again, getting hurt at work is unacceptable, right? So I gave you the statistics earlier. This is some of the stuff we're able to glean out of the e-compliance. And the reason I'm showing this chart, as you can see from last year and also with the start of this fiscal year. So what's today? Anybody know what day it is? Thursday. Thank you. But on our injury trends, Thursdays are number one in this region. I wonder what that would be caused by. Is that because it's the last day of the week? You got your mind on the weekend. Maybe if you're working out of town, you got a long trip home, that kind of stuff. So, you know, this is why I'm sharing this. You know, be mindful. Just because it's the last day of the week for a lot of you, the end of the week is still the end of quitting time, right? Rushing to get things done, making bad decisions to try and make that day end quicker is going to result in having an incident. Some of the other stuff I wanted to show you about the same trends is the time of the day. I see one of my colleagues squinting from the back. Is that hard to see up there? That's not bad. You just need glasses. But you see, the first part of the day is when we're having incidents, right? I just talked about Thursday being the end of the week and rushing to get the job done. But then when you're starting your day on Thursday, you're starting your morning. This is why we always harping on your pre-jobs. Stretching and flexing, warming up on a cold day, that kind of stuff, right? Making sure you take the time to plan. Stop if something's not going right or you're missing a tool. Oh, well, we're not going to be able to get this done by noon. Stop and let's rejig what we're going to do, right? But you see, it's a consistent trend. And the only people that can fix it are you guys. So some of the causal factors, just sort of, you know, equating what these incidents are being caused by and what's bubbling to the top, as it were, and telling us where the errors are being made. And you can see, and I got to turn around because I can't see the side anymore. It just, you know, inadequate assessment of risks, some of the substandard acts which are being seen on all sides as, you know, failure to follow procedures, right? Failure to identify hazards and risks. Planning, right? The bottom one you can see, inadequate preparation or planning. these things are coming off the incident reports that are being filled out by you supervisors on the job when you're completing an incident report. So these aren't my ideas, these are coming from you. So you're recognizing that when you're completing these incident reports. So that's great that we're identifying, it gives us an opportunity to see these trends, but you need to take that and use that to improve what you're doing. And here's the prevention, and I've been saying this right since I started. You know, plan your work, work your plan, ask questions, ensure instructions are understood. When conditions change, stop and reassess. Last minute risk assessment, that's your last line of defense. You want to think see the bubble, you know, what would be the worst thing that could happen. And you know the funny thing about this slide? This is the exact same slide I played at the last quarterly. So that means the trends that we talked about and looked at previously are repeating. So let's have a look at how we're doing this. Let's stop and just sort of reset on how we're planning our work and how we're executing it. So again, you know, pre-job tailboard, a tailboard is a tool, it's not a task, right? Don't lose sight of the big picture and how important pre-jobs are for a successful outcome. You know, checklists, all that good stuff is in place to help you spur thoughts, dig out stuff that you need to include, right? Something that you might not have thought of. Any questions? Tomorrow, for those of you working Friday, it's going to be the best pre-jobs you've ever put together, right? Good. So, urgent triage program. Talked about this lots. It's been working well. The nurse on the other end of the line certainly provides some good guidance to anybody that gets hurt. Because of the success we've had here, and at least the reports that I'm getting, it seems like a pretty smooth process. BlackandMacdonald has decided to launch this program right across the entire Canada for now. US is a bit different. We have another program working down there currently. So starting February 1st, this urgent triage program is going to be right across Canada. So it's a great program. It certainly provides good guidance. The nurse that I know on the other end of the phone, she's certainly top notch and knows her stuff, and has certainly helped out a lot of our workers in both regions. So I'm glad to see that going forward. As far as that being Canada-wide, the change in the number there is no change in the number. Everything you do is exactly the same. You identify the division, the region that you're from, and everything else will be done. Any calls made from Southern Ontario will still come to me, the report, and to nobody else. Next thing, Core 2020 was talking about this on the supervisor call. I've been sharing this with the managers. Over the last couple of weeks, we've made some changes, and we've been given an opportunity to do a province-wide audit for BlackandMacdonald. So we have regions in Ottawa, Northern Ontario region. We have Southwest Ontario, based out of Stony Creek, Hamilton area. Here in Toronto, we have the Southern Ontario Mechanical Electrical region and Southern Ontario Utility region. So we're able to combine all these groups, and PGR, our friends in the nuclear business. We're combining all regions and we're doing one audit. So there's some savings there, but at the core of our safety management system, it is a corporate program. We have our health and safety management manual, so corporate should drive it. It's a consistent program, but every region that I've mentioned will all be participating in the audit, supplying them sites to go to for observations, supplying them workers to interview, so that'll prove that the program is working consistently right across the company. So we were going to be doing this in March, but because we're going to a province-wide audit, it's going to get pushed to, I think the date we're looking at now is going to be September. So gives us a lot of time but we have some new stuff that we've had to update because of Core 2020. So it'll give us a good chance to get that communicated out to everybody so you know the changes that we've made to the program. Okay, the last thing for me, want to talk about annual compliance. Afra mentioned it. So for the trades folk in the room, when the quarterly meeting's finished, we're going to be adjourning to the room that you had your lunch in, and we're going to go through the annual compliance training together. This year it's really being pushed. It's a mandatory training for everybody at the company. Our friends that work in the offices, they have a chance to do it online through a litmus program, but for you guys in the trades, I've got a pretty good program for you. I think you'll appreciate what we've put together. And we'll also be going to do a WMIS refresher too, just to, again, take the opportunity of us all being together. So when everything's done and Alfred adjourns the meeting, don't go running out to your trucks and taking off. We're going to go to the next room and get set up, and we'll go through some stuff. Might have something extra if you guys all hang around too. So, and I think that's it for me. It is. Join the drive to zero incidents. Thank you.
Thank you, Wes. Thank you so much. Yeah, team, numbers don't lie. Definitely, if you look into our health and safety statistics, we can do a much better job. So please pay attention and try to improve those numbers as moving forward. It's just the beginning of our calendar year. So definitely we can do a much better job. The next one is hydrovac operation. So just a quick background, like it took us around 2 years to put the plan in place there, right, for the hydrovac, and lots of back and forth. So finally, we get our first truck under operation last week, third week of January, actually. So it took us like 2 years to come up with the game plan and book the truck and get the truck for operation. So I'm going to hand it over to my good friend Mark, and he's going to do the quick update on the hydrovac and booking process. Thank you.
Hey everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark from the Street Lighting Group, and I do have the pleasure to let you know about our hydrovac group that's just launched this week. So I've been here about, well, just less than 10 years, and ever since I've come along, we've always talked about getting vac trucks. So we finally made it. BlackandMacdonald is on the road. So our first truck arrived earlier. We got it decaled. It's at railside right now. We've been running it this week. Second truck is arriving in May 2024, so we're going to see how those two trucks go. You know, hopefully they're going to do well, support the other regions well, and order some more trucks in the next year or two. So right now we're running with one operator. We can get a second one for you guys if you request it. Overtime, nights, weekends, any remote job sites, you know, that's something we can discuss in detail beforehand. But don't expect, you know, to book at 3:30 for, you know, night work and for us to show up. But we'll do whatever we can to support. If you have any questions about it, I've posted the rates. I've sent an email out to most people. We have a hydrovac email if you want to reach out to myself individually, Mike, Frank, Kyle, anyone, but that email is like a catch-all. It goes to a bunch of us. So realistically, it's a support service for everyone. We're not trying to make a huge profit. We just want to keep all the hydrovac services internally and do whatever we can to get our trucks out there. You know, get big logos on the trucks, as you saw, so it's nice advertising. The booking's fairly easy. We've been working with the SharePoint team to get the booking system quite simple. Again, like if you guys run into any issues, just give us a call. We'll be happy to help you out. Essentially, it's just a calendar. You go to the date you want. There's a button that says add. You put in your division number, PO number, site location, contact, start time, finish time. It's quite simple. Then it comes through as an email to us, and we get you the truck. So, like I said, call or email anytime with questions. At the end of the day, we just ask that if you're booking a truck for the next day or the rest of your week, you please check the SharePoint site to see if there's availability, because ideally we need to keep the truck rolling every day, and it's a support service. So if we're out there all the time, we're all winning, and it's keeping everything in-house. So is that under 5 minutes? Yeah? Okay. Do I have more time? Oh, yeah. So the rates, the rates are posted there. We're $2.90 an hour. Comparable to some market rates. I know there are some cheaper prices out there. We understand that. We're doing the best we can with all the costs we have. Dump sites, we have a few different dump tickets we're getting in, so we're charging out right now $600 an hour, but hopefully with more usage we'll get better deals from the dump companies. We'll be able to lower that price, and If we do notice we're spending a bit less money, you know, we're going to do what we can to lower the price for everyone else, because at the end of the day, it's a support service. We're not trying to make tons of money off other groups. Yeah, that's about all I had. If any questions, please contact us, and thanks very much for the opportunity to present AFRA. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Mark. Oh, yeah, sorry. So I think you need to switch laptop. You just put it on the PowerPoint mode. Already, for project highlights, we decided to present Toronto EMC contract, Area A. So, a little bit of background story about this project. This project used to be on the RFQ format, which means that they just look into the price, like a lowest bidder is going to get the job. But for the very first time, city changed the format of the procurement, and they changed it to RFP, meaning that it's not just the price, it's the quality of services. This is what really they pay attention to the quality of services this time. So if you ask me like 5, 6, 7, 10 years ago, if you have a chance to get this job, maybe I was dreaming. But in 2021, we come up with a plan to go after this project when we realized that the procurement model is going to be changed. So city divided this city of Toronto to 2 contracts. We have 4 districts in city of Toronto: is Etobicoke, East York, downtown Toronto, and Scarborough. So they divided the contract in 2 parts: Area A, which is Etobicoke, East York, and downtown, and Area B is Scarborough. So they have 2 procurement package for EMC contract. The scope of work is, of course, maintaining all the intersections, the PXO and flashing beacon. The quantity is 2,600 intersection PXO and FB, but this number is fluctuating because we have lots of capital projects, and these days P3 projects like Crosslinks, Finch, all those projects, the inventory is going to fall into the capital projects. Is not going to be maintained by City of Toronto. So this number is going up and down, like 100, 150, more or less. So right now we are maintaining around 2,500 intersection. This contract is one of the largest traffic signal maintenance contracts in North America, maybe the 3rd one. There is a debate internally between our group when we put these numbers together, maybe 3rd or 2nd, but definitely within top 3 largest contract in North America in terms of the inventory. And it's a very unique project because we're getting paid as a lump sum on the month-to-month basis, which is based on the number of intersections or assets that we're going to maintain. And we're going to get paid around like $6.5 million. That's a fixed number. But if the intersection is going up, that number is going up as well. And the other $6.5 million is going to give us as a work order format, either unit price job, T&M work, or the capital work, which is going to ask us to quote the job, and we're going to price it and send it over to the city. If they're okay with that, they're going to give us the work orders, and we're going to perform the work. So for the routine maintenance, like if you have a specific task on the year-to-year basis that we need to accomplish, and then we have the emergency response. So we have 90 minutes. This is a routine for all the Toronto Hydro or City of Toronto maintenance contract. For any emergency call, you have 90 minutes. If you go beyond 90 minutes, meaning that we don't meet that 90 minutes threshold, we're gonna penalize by the City of Toronto. They're gonna deduct the money from our lump sum fee, which is around $6.5 million. And on top of that, as I said, we have a unit price, T&M work, any type of work, urgent services as a capital project. any controller programming and configuration. Rescue is all those assets that we're seeing along DVP and Gardner and Allen Road. They call it rescue assets, so we need to maintain those as well, and Lakeshore. Any type of VMS, EMS, those valuable master sign, those are falling on our portfolio. And capital projects, so basically instead of going through the whole tendering process, they have an option to give us the work order up to $250,000 threshold, right? $250,000 and asking us to either price it or they're gonna just issue us the work order. And on top of that, they ask us when we price the job as part of the RFP package, they're asking us to put any type of innovation ideas that we can bring to the City of Toronto. So we proposed a system called ITS Central. It's a software platform using for the work order management. But on top of that, we designed that software to communicate with all the City of Toronto assets, including traffic cabinets, any type of asset on the rescue side. We're going to look into that. That's the live data. Is very interesting. We never have this. We haven't ever seen this type of software or platform running on any cities in Canada. So that's the first time we implement that software. It's the live system. So basically, City of Toronto can look into the system and see the actual intersection, the status of the intersections, and also is very transparent to the city in terms of the work orders. They can see our guys, our field staff, what they're doing, in which areas they can see the response time. So it's a fully transparent, which is cities greatly happy about that. I'm going to hand it over to John because I think the system is running now, right? It's live data and we can look into it. Yeah. But before that, so it's a great news for all of us in this room. So finally we got a building, like after so many years, put the notes in our strat planning, we need to have a yard, we need to have a separate building. We got the building in Baywood, which John is looking to that. We have some cool pictures. It's been going on, it's a project going on for like around 5-6 months. And we're hoping to have a grand opening, hopefully by end of February, if we have a good progress in the next 4 or 5 weeks. But finger crossed, yeah, we're planning to have a grand opening for Baywood office. John, I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Thanks, Afra. Some of you guys may know me, some may not. My name's Jonathan. I'm the division manager of the Traffic ITS group. They've asked me to speak here to explain some of the challenges that we've had. As you guys are all fully aware, yard space has been a big problem for us. So some of you may know our original yard was also known as the sea can from hell. We were operating out of approximately 50 sea cans with about $3 million in inventory. So you can imagine the exposure that we had to theft and not being able to track our inventory properly. So we're very excited about our new yard over at Baywood. Lots of effort have gone in. Hats off to the operations team and the office team for putting up with all the struggles, putting up with myself, some of the demands that we had put forward, but it's been quite the challenge. So we're very excited. Just wanted to provide a couple of pictures. Essentially what it was a silk screening company where they made their own paints and did t-shirts and tracksuits, etc., which we were to take as much as possible, rip out some things in between, and come up with our new office. So as Afra had said, towards the end of February, God willing, we'll be ready for that and we can show it off to everybody. Just a few more pictures. Finally have a boardroom, some of the things that we weren't able to have before at our previous office. Storage space, inventory space. Can tell you how important it is to have storage space and visibility, especially when you have some of the dollar values that we have. So to move out of our sea cans and into our warehouse space has been quite the change. So operational overview, the group has grown quite a bit. I think we started off with about 12 electricians. I think now for the EMC, we're up over 25, 5 civil and 4 groundman equipped operators. Been able to add a couple of dumps, a couple more bucket trucks and an RBD. So as you can see, we have 9 buckets total, 14 vans, 3 pickups, 1 dump RBD, AM55, complete with outfitting, TC12s, tooling, etc., everything that you're gonna need to go. Next is our ITS Central. So Afra touched base on this a little bit. This has been a partnership that BlackandMacdonald and Transnomus was able to work together collaboratively to provide that transparency that the City of Toronto so desperately wanted. Communication with their previous contractor, as you know, probably not a secret to any of you, was lacking severely. So for us to come in and be able to provide this solution for them and be able to give them real-time data has been absolutely invaluable as far as they're concerned. So some of the things that we've been doing is we're able to integrate ITS Central with TMMS. TMMS is basically their work order management platform. Work orders get created in TMMS. It's automatically integrated with ITS Central, which then comes to us, and we're able to then assign to different individuals, and the guys can go out and do the work. What's most important is getting reporting back into the office. So a lot of you guys are probably used to the paper, having paper all over your trucks, all over the back of your trucks, maybe sitting on a desk somewhere, and it doesn't get out. When it doesn't get out, we don't end up getting paid for it, and then people are coming to you for your prod reports to say, guys, we're not making any money on this job. We identified all those issues, and with ITS Central and the platform, hopefully that has been able to alleviate a lot of those concerns and make us more efficient on the back end. Yonge Street Corridor was a project that we actually won an award for, where we were basically able to create travel time. No lie, there was a report put out, Toto, I think it was. Toronto is the third worst traffic congestion in all of the world. Okay, that says something when you think about what you guys got going out there. So what does that mean for us? That means huge opportunity. The major difference between us and all of our rest of our competitors is we're light years ahead of them. With our ITS group and some of the innovative platforms that we're able to provide for them, it really puts us strategically in a great position. I have an example that I'll show you afterwards, but again, DVP corridor, PDCS, some of you guys may aware, may not be aware, but PDCS station basically stands for permanent data counts. Problem with permanent data count stations is hardware failure. Hardware not being able to get the hardware anymore. So we've been able to innovate that with some of our newer products, some of our radars. So some of the obsolete products that are no longer available, we can use today's day and age and softwares like ITS Central in order to get that information back. Conflict monitor integration, UPS integration, SPAT, these are all in the test phases, but will probably end up coming out in capital roster assignments, in which it'll just be a simple hardware swap out because the maintenance contractor has been able to come up with a plan and a process and how we can do that so that it's cost efficient for the city, but also reliable information to get back. So give me 1 second, I'm just gonna show you an example of ITS Central.
But it doesn't show there.
It's not showing. Sorry, guys.
I guess it doesn't show, but because it's a live data, it seems that there's a problem to showing the live data.
Sean, are you connected to the Wi-Fi?
No, it is connected. It's connected. It should be showing. Maybe. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, are you looking at the wrong window?
But like if you drag it up, it should screen will turn on your settings. That might be it. It might be setting it to a different screen. That's what I'm checking, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Sorry guys, I thought I had something to show for you. Technical difficulties. Long and short of it is we're very excited about ATS and what it could provide for our customers with the City of Toronto and more customers to come. Thanks guys.
Sorry for that. Already the next item is going to be human resource updates. So I'm going to hand it over to my good friend Huma. She's going to do some updates for the HR. If we get the things up and running here, that would be great.
Thank you. No round of applause. I was going to say, no round of applause for me? Let's see. Keeping my fingers crossed here. Gonna come up? No? My slides are behind, right? Is that? Right? Mm-hmm. All right. Hello there. Hi, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Thank you for joining us. First of all, Happy New Year to everyone. I don't think I got the chance to say that to a lot of our employees. I'm pretty good at that, but I didn't. Been really, really crazy busy. Glad to see everyone here. Hope everyone enjoyed their meals. Not going to be going through too many things. Just want to touch base on a few of the items. Number one, those who are aware, we have our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee based out of Pullman office, also called DEI. We do have some of our committee members here as well. I wanted to highlight some of the things here. Oh, there you go. All right. As the months go by, you're going to see some of various emails come out, different communications regarding different events that are taking place throughout the years. Some of the events that we have, I decided to put them up here if you want to use that, mark it in your calendar so you know exactly what's coming up. The reason I want everybody to know this, because we're always looking for volunteers. We have our committee, and it's awesome to get more volunteers participated in there so we can showcase these events to everyone. And as I love doing LinkedIn posts, I want to see all of us being in there, especially our Sauer region, to represent what we're doing. Will be a great opportunity to learn more as well. One of the events that was coming up right now, it's Black History Month. So keep an eye out for that. There's going to be a bit of more information coming out of what's happening, where it's taking place, who's going to be involved in it, and what are we doing. The next one we have, it's International Women's Day. That's going to be the month of March. And then June, Pride Month celebration. Following that, it's going to be Truth and Reconciliation. There might be some more events in between that I'm not aware of, but it will come out. So I apologize if I missed anything. But if you would like to get more information on it, please feel free to reach out to myself. And I will direct you to the right committee member to get you more information. Again, strongly encourage. My luck. Okay. I strongly recommend everybody to be part of our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. I think that's a great way to know each other as well, collaborate, and get to know your team members. I feel like a lot of you guys look at each other and don't know each other. Great way of doing that. So I wanted to touch base on that. And next, we're just going to run through some service awards that we do all the time. But before we do you have any questions related to HR? I know we're not talking about it too much, and there's always questions that I get. I thought this would be a great time for me to answer anything here. No? I'm not wearing my glasses, so I don't see everyone here. So if it is, just stand up. No? Okay, perfect. I like that. Moving on, I'm gonna have Afra. Please, if you can assist. And then I'm gonna have Jackie. We're gonna say out names, and if you can please come up and take your award, that would be great. I'm gonna go over there. It'll be easier. Yeah? So the first one, we're gonna go with the 5-year award. So congratulations to all the employees that has hit that 10-year in their life. Let's start with Alec Davis. Hey. This is the first time I'm meeting Alec. Yay! Congratulations, Alec. Next, we have Garth McPherson. Oh, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering any names. My apologies. Garth, here today? Okay, problem. William Poppleton. Yoo-hoo! Congratulations, William. Next, we have Kevin Spears. Oh, okay. And Justin Timpson. Okay, all right. We're gonna move forward with our 10-year and 15-year. For 10-year, we have Justin Elliott. For 15 years, we have Chris Morfitt. No, Chris, all right. Last but not least, Scott Hartwig for hitting 25 years. Those who cannot make it will definitely make sure that they get their awards. Very happy for everybody reaching that milestone in their life. It's very hard to stay at one company for a very long time. So this just shows me that what a great company that we work for, and makes me want to hit that mark as well. So thank you for that. Now, can I have everyone who recently started with BlackandMacdonald and weren't here for the last quarterly stand up, please? Everyone who recently started, weren't here for the last quarter, please stand up. Would like to wish you guys good luck and welcome to BlackandMacdonald. Happy to have you here. Can't wait to continue this work with you. As always, I'm always going to be here, and all of us are going to be here. So welcome once again. Let's give it a round of applause for everybody who started. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I am done. I'm going to pass it back to Afra here. Once again, guys, diversity, equity, inclusion. If you have any questions, I will be here till the end. So just stop by, grab my business cards. There's an email address on it. I would love to hear from you, and I can pass you along to one of our committee members. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emma. Some regional updates, recent wins, great job. High Power Group, Line Division, great job. OPG, Special Projects. Please, yeah, round of applause. Hydro One, Line Division, great projects, $6 million. LS Stone for Civil Division. Joe, congratulations to your team. Electra Utilities, Line Division again. You guys are going to be, I think, super busy in the next couple of years. Hey? And the last one, which is really interesting, grid response for Toronto Hydro. That's one of the other contracts we took over recently. And basically, I think we have all the major contracts in the City of Toronto in terms of the maintenance services. Toronto Hydro, streetlight maintenance contract, traffic signal maintenance contract, and this is the last piece for grid response for 5 years. Great job, guys. Great job, team. Let's pushing. Please, yeah. And finally, draw. We're gonna have a draw. Three 17802. 317802. Sanjay. Come over, Sanjay. $802, yeah. Congratulations. Can you pick one over there? Oh, yeah. Nine 939530. 939530. No? No? Oh, it's coming?
Oh, he didn't hear the number. What is it?
939530. Yeah. Congratulations. Just pick one if you don't mind. Uh, 317849. 317849. Awesome. Congratulations. Yeah. Three 17794. What happened? Yeah. Thank you. Nine 939588. 939588. Yeah. Yeah. And can you pick one? Thank you. 939560. Yeah.
What's your name?
Solomon.
From which group?
Hamilton.
Oh, from Hamilton.
Yeah.
Civil Group Hamilton.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Can you pick one? Yeah.
Yep, last one.
Last one. 317811. 317811. Congratulations. That was it, yeah. So thanks a lot, team. Thanks for your time. As I said, please, our field staff, please stay behind. We're going to go to the next room to do the annual compliance, a couple of updates. We're going to have the next, just if you give me 1 minute, please. as a final remark. Please, everyone leaving. Okay. Yes, so one of the opportunity as a team building activities, that's one of our initiative for 2024. Judy, Steve, and myself, we are working on some of the couple of events for next couple of months. So just watch your email. You're gonna see some meeting invites. There's gonna be lots of fun. We are so excited. And in terms of the recent wins, we have a couple of projects on the transportation team, but it was under $1 million, so we didn't highlight it in our presentation. We're gonna have this NPMM module like every quarter. We're planning to have a touch base meeting with our ops team, project manager, operation manager, and project coordinator. So for the next one, we're going to look into the productivity. If you attend the morning session, we look into the change order. And the last quarter was about QA, QC. So the next one is going to be productivity. I really appreciate if you can attend those meetings. I'm not sure if you realize that that was a mandatory for all of us. Larry came over and he spent time, you know, it was really hard for him to come to this event, and the turnout was not the greatest. I think it was around 35. We're gonna look into the number. We should have around like 80 people. So please respect those. That's NPMM is gonna be a big thing for all of us. Like we want to implement that manual. We spend lots of time to build that manual for our project team. So for the next time, please make sure you're gonna make enough time to attend that session. It's really important for us. And in terms of the safety, like as usual, Wes did a great presentation on the safety side, but if you have any chance to go in downtown Toronto, let's say with your family, if you have any spare time, and go in the weekend or the weekdays and your off time, if you go in that downtown core, you're gonna see all the trucks all over the place. Like I was at P3 conference last November, and all the big companies attending that P3 conference, we're gonna have around $85 billion worth of projects in the next 15 years. And it was in Sheraton Hotel in downtown in Queen Street, and it was very interesting. If you just come out of that hotel building and just look into the corners, we have like 3 intersections around that corner, multiple divisions working in that area. We have all the BlackandMacdonald trucks in that area. We have lots of presence and exposure to the public these days. It's a matter of just someone taking a pictures or taking a videos of something that we are doing wrong and post it on the social medias, and that's going to be all over the place. We are doing a great job. We're getting lots of work. We are doing a great job in execution, but in the meantime, we need to really pay attention to the safety. As you can see, I don't want to bring the presentation again, like Wes touched on that. Our numbers was not the greatest last year. We didn't hit our targets for both TIR and TIRR, like both of them are over our threshold. And the same thing, like we just passed 3 months, like this month is the mid of January, so 2.5 months, and the numbers don't look great. So definitely we need to do a better job. It's just a matter of a second, something happened, and we're gonna pay it off. Like it's a huge issue for operation and for the company. So I just want to bring your attention to the safety. As much as we want to be productive and doing a great job, but safety is our top priority. We're not gonna sacrifice anything related to the safety. Thanks a lot for your time. It was great to see all of you. Happy New Year. It's great to see all of you in one piece. So enjoy your time, drive safe back home, and see everyone tomorrow in the office or in the field. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.